the camera started.
I'm
Yep,
open.
whenever you are.
All right, call the meeting to order, start with roll call.
Okay, Anderson,
Here.
Graham,
Here.
Poodle,
Here.
Espinoza, here, Wheelie,
Here.
and Randall and Miles are absent with notice.
I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion approved in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Look for a motion to approve the meeting minutes from June 30th, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes on June 30th.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, public comments, we don't have any. We are not to our 7:05 yet. We'll jump ahead. Mr. Clarke?
All right, so
Report.
residential, number of open single-family homes, we have 20. We had a boost of 9 from Kane Construction over here in Western Meadows. So there'll be a lot of work. You got a comment
The
about?
Nelson Development. Pulled 9 in one day.
Wow.
So that's part of the 20 though?
Yeah, that's part of the 20.
Yes, it is, sir.
Where's
Yeah.
that at? Was that east of
Nielsen.
Quick Start? Or what?
No, so it'd be down here in Western Meadows Edition, like the coffee cup, so it'd be right to the west of there.
Oh.
Kelly Nielsen is
Oh,
doing,
yeah,
yeah, that
okay.
new
Yeah, we
circle.
didn't.
The ones that were
Approve the smaller
the
lots?
smaller lots?
Yes, exactly,
Okay.
yep, that rezoned to the smaller ones. So, yep,
So I'm guessing those are specs then that Nielsen's putting up, I assume?
yeah, he's gonna, his crew builds them all and then
Yeah.
they sell them, so, yeah.
And there's 4 holes, they live literally right down the street, there's 4
4 holes.
holes dug up on the, will it be east
Should we
side of that
Opal?
town?
Yeah, we did 2 footings today
Yeah.
for Opal.
Okay.
He's also, you know, he purchased on South Main here
Yeah.
from Gillen, he purchased that land. They have got the water and sewer in already there, and they're going town shaping the road, so his crews are going to town, so. Good.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. He was just sitting idle before.
And that's okay. And then twin homes, we have the 1. In commercial, the Quick Star is doing finished work. I think it's going to open in September, right?
September 10th, that's what they said at the last council meeting, 5 AM, if you want to go. Free coffee
First one
though,
in.
free coffee.
All right, I will be there.
The contractor shops, we call them Byron up on North Oaks. We did a footing and they have foundation walls in and backfill. Bro Ventures up here at 1095 Root Trail, right next to Tony's shop. They're adding a mezzanine and some stairs. And the Black Tap Corporation is doing an interior finish room, not too much. And the United Methodist Church is going to do a new stoop and some interior walls. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on.
What did you say was going on over north, kind of behind Bartman?
It's called the BYRUM Contractor Shops at North Oaks in the corner of Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a building that's got some offices in there, and then it's got like 4 garage stalls. There'll be contractor shops. You know, so-
Similar to the building that Tony's in, you know, it's like a shop building with larger bays, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it go.
So what are they doing on Highway 38 there, just east of Quick Start? Looks like they're digging something.
That's Dale Jan.
Yeah.
Probably his water connection there.
Yeah, water and sewer.
Well,
They're
they're
doing
along the
their-
road, that's,
Okay, yeah, they're-
that's
they're
going to
connected
natural
with that,
gas
Yeah, yeah.
on the north side, so they're redoing something
Yeah,
there.
if it's along the highway, it's probably that gas pipeline there.
So, yeah, right down to the ditch, that, they're working on.
They start, you know, that runs from all the way up north, they're going south. I think they're redoing the sleeve that the gas pipeline sits in, it's so many years old, and so they're digging up all of it and redoing that whole portion.
Correct, that has nothing to do with pond there.
Yeah.
So all the traffic that goes up and down Colton Road, where are those guys coming and going to? Do you know? Clarke, do you know?
I know, are they working? Are they like work vehicles?
Yeah,
Or are
the
they-
semis that are hauling gravel and stuff. Is there, I think there's a pit to the north of me, and then where do they, I'm wondering
Must have
what
a
they're.
project going on.
I'm wondering why I have a speedway again. What projects they're working on. I need to go visit my city council again. Our signs aren't working. They're
I don't know what
out
more
of
we could do,
control.
it'd be more, call the sheriff department. It's an enforcement.
God, I get so tired of that.
We can put signs up, but if people don't obey them.
No, they surely don't. They surely, I'm on the mower today and I'm just doing this, because, I'm on the mower on the road, and I feel like I'm gonna get pegged with a rock or something. Yeah, I can call the sheriff's department, and they'll park there, and then they'll slow down, and,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard, yeah.
I mean, I guess there's really
Stop
nothing
sign.
else you can do. I don't know what else you can do. I could lay down in the road, I guess.
Wouldn't
Let me know when you
advise
do.
that.
I'd be one heck of a
Would
speed
not
bump.
advise that.
See if my side-by-side could jump in.
You know, right? I just start to get worried when school's about ready to start again, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I can pass it on to the deputy that, do you see it more like in mornings,
All day
evenings, or
long.
all day long?
All day, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
let our
if you would.
daytime deputy know to maybe we can patrol up there a little
Yep.
bit more.
So what is happening with the Assam development and the road that we voted on?
So as I put in my report, that it did not pass city council.
Right.
So basically, he needs to put in his connection up to city standards. They did not approve the temporary either, so I think we've had a few discussions of this couple, I think he's going to come back and we asked that again, basically to get some kind of temporary road in there. Ask him, what he's got to do. I think we're talking about him maybe just doing some, we talked about having an agreement through this group here about timeline and whatnot. I think the council maybe wants some kind of added insurance, maybe monetary insurance, whether that be a fund or what, I don't know. So I know our attorneys talked with him a little bit, and at some point I expect him to come back and ask for a temporary road again, just so he can keep selling lots out there, because he's at his max now. so.
Well, I was gonna say, it sounded like he was kind of in a
Right,
tight
yeah.
position because
Right,
there's more homes.
because right now
than-
he's on hold, he can't sell any more lots, or nothing more can be built out there. We just issued the last permit on it here, this week, I think he's got written up, I'm not sure if it's picked up or not, but that's gonna be it. Until there's some kind of secondary access, whether it be a temporary road, and, he has indicated that he is moving forward with building to our specs, the connection on Highway 38. But we know that's gotta go through the FEMA process like we talked about, so it's, 9 months to a year, if not longer with FEMA, who knows?
So he has indicated that he will build to city specs then? Build
Yes,
that?
yes, he's indicated that connection at Highway 38, he will put it in. He didn't get a variance, so that's his
Yeah.
option, and so, and he says, well, he's got his engineers moving ahead with that.
So how does
He
FEMA
says,
fit
but
in?
he says, I do want to readdress the temporary road, because that's gonna take time, like we talked about, and so he wants to.
How does FEMA fit in with that? Then if he meets city specs, will it then meet FEMA requirements?
So regardless of what city specs are, our specs are that he can't overtop it. Regardless of that, any projects have got to show FEMA that they're not going, that there's going to be no rise. That basically, they're not going to back up water backstream by putting this road in. And so he's got to prove that to FEMA, which FEMA might make him change his plans a little bit to accomplish that. But he's got to get FEMA approval before we can even accept the road. So it's really kind of two things. He's got to get FEMA approval for the no rise, and then he's got to build it to city specs.
And the interim,
Yeah,
shoot
then-
something east.
That's what he still was hoping
Yeah,
that
is
it-
that,
just in the interim, get a temporary road like we talked about with, gravel road, shoot it east to 465th, the township road there, and then once that connection is made at Highway 38, that would go away.
Isn't that what you proposed though, that the city
That is
council
what he
denied?
proposed to city council. City council did not accept that, but I think the city council wants, like I said, more of an assurance that he is going to move forward with FEMA and put in this road, whether it's to tie some kind of bond with it or some kind of monetary thing that it's gonna basically make him do it, otherwise he's gonna lose out on dollars. Right now, in agreement, he's not losing out on anything. But like I said, the details of that, I don't know yet. I know there's just some talks going back and forth, but I do expect him to come back to the city council with some new plan for the temporary road, whether it's new verbiage in the agreement, you know, some more added verbiage is what I think it's gonna be. But, so, I guess we'll see. But, yeah, he does want to come back before, he says he got interest in lots, but he can't sell anymore, or we can't issue any more building permits or occupancy, you know, until.
How far is it from the end of his lots to that section line, or that road to the, I want to say to the south, but maybe east?
To the township road,
You
where he
shoot
wants to
straight east,
run that
that's a
timber?
ways there.
Gosh, it's a ways, you know, I mean, that's gonna cost him in itself to put that in there.
Is it a mile?
Oh,
No,
I don't think
it
it's a
isn't
mile.
that far.
Quarter mile maybe? I don't even think it's that much, maybe you can, somewhere in there, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, it'd be 1,000 feet.
Yeah, I
1,500
mean, that's
feet,
gonna
yeah.
be a cost to him
No road
too.
there now.
No, there's no room. I mean, there is the township roads there.
Right, but.
North and south, but he would have to go from where he's at, straight east,
Straight
which
east
that'll
to
get
the
built out
township.
eventually, so.
Yeah, eventually in his overall plans, there does show a road going that way, it's just not
So
till
if
the
you
future.
build it out now and gravel it, then you're stripping gravel back to put utilities in there.
Exactly, and then just let it sit there until you're ready to build a road. So I mean,
But if-
he'll eventually utilize it, but just wasn't in the plans right now.
Right, well, we've hit our 7:05. Hearing amend the 2026 revised Hartford zoning regulations. Or do these individually, I'm guessing?
Yeah, let's do them individually, because they're two separate ordinances that'll go before the city council that pass through here. But basically, these are the two that we talked about at our last meeting. This first one here, ordinance 773, that's the one on accessory buildings. We're proposing two changes, and mainly it's just to address the minimum building sizes. The one section will go from 150 square feet to 200 square feet, where you can be up to 200 square feet before you have to have like materials, like we talked. Anything under that don't have to be like materials of the principal building. And then we changed another section just to stay consistent, is that if you have two buildings on your property, it used to be one of the buildings, 150 square feet. We've raised that up to 200 square feet now. So, and that's just so that number stays consistent. We talked about, it kind of matches building codes, because building codes does even address anything under 200 square feet. So this kind of puts us more in line with the building codes, keeps it consistent in our ordinance. This kind of regulates things a little bit better. So this is the same thing we looked at our last meeting, it's just put it in an ordinance form. So we can have a public hearing, although no public present, and then it can go to city council.
So we just need a motion to forward that to
It'd be a
city.
recommendation,
Yeah, we need to
to the
recommend
city
approval.
council. Yeah, to approve it. Approval.
Are there any concerns from the board?
I don't have any other one.
Well, this all started out because of the metal roof, is it not?
Yeah, it all kind of started out, we were finding accessory buildings that were at 120 to 200. People were just buying them already pre-built and moved in with metal roofs. They're putting more and more metal roofs on accessory
Yep.
buildings, just durability, easier maintenance. And, we've had a couple come before your board that, well, that's how it came, that's how we bought it. So we're finding more and more pre-built sheds are, under that 200 square feet do have the metal roofs on it. If it's, 150 square feet, that doesn't match our like kind ordinance. So,
Didn't we have some concern about exposed fasteners or something?
That's
roof?
in a house, a single-family dwelling, that's a regulation of a house. We're talking about accessory buildings here.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have, I don't know if an accessory building.
That's up to you.
Make a motion.
I would make a motion that we approve ordinance 773 amendments, subject to the city council.
Second.
You got a motion and a second? Do we need to vote on this specifically, because it's just a recommendation?
No, you have to vote on
Okay,
it.
so we'll vote. Wheelie?
Yes.
Espinoza?
Yes.
Cool?
Yes.
Graham?
Yes.
Anderson, yes. 773 is approved to the city council, is recommended approval. All right, 774,
So this one, we talked about previously at our last meeting as well, and this has to do with campground regulations, when we talked about all that. We decided ultimately, we're not gonna have campgrounds in any zoning districts. This, though, currently, we mention campgrounds in our manufactured home districts. Basically, there's a definition in there for a travel trailer campground, and then there's a reference to, if you have a travel trailer campground, you have to get a license. Well, it's mentioned in there, but it's not a permitted use and it's not a conditional use, so it really doesn't apply to anything at all. So if we're not gonna allow campgrounds, we should just clean up that verbiage. This ordinance would take out that definition for a travel trailer campground and that reference to licensing. So there would be no reference to campgrounds in it. So that just kind of cleans up our manufactured park zoning.
And that goes out 2 miles outside the city limits, right?
These ordinances are just in municipal city limits.
so it's just in city limits,
Yeah.
that's just our,
Okay.
That's just our
Well,
growth area, and the only thing that really affects our growth area is plating.
That's just the point I want to
But
clarify.
all ordinance are just what's in our municipal boundaries. Yeah. We only have zoning in our municipal boundaries, the county takes over after that.
so there's still an opportunity, if somebody wanted a campground inside the city limits, they could come in.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just, we can always change the zoning regulations. If somebody has a viable spot, comes in wants to put it, wherever it may be.
But that's not what that's not what this
That's not what this
ordinance-
does, no,
Correct.
no,
This
no.
just cleans up some.
Yeah.
This just
verbiage.
cleans up some verbiage on this one. If in the future somebody would like, they would need to come for this board first, you would have to add a zone for camp. You'd have to add campground regulations like we talked about, but that can always be changed in the future. But as of right now, this would clean up verbiage, and campgrounds wouldn't be in any district.
So that doesn't end that forever, it just,
Yeah, just
we
currently,
don't have
we
that
don't.
available at the moment, but.
Right, we won't have it available at the moment. Like I said, somebody comes in with a viable plan for a campground, they can always come to the board and say, will you consider adding campgrounds to this zoning? Whatever, review zoning, and then it'd be up to the board if you want to move forward with it or not.
I recommend approval of the ordinance 774 to clean up that verbiage.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Vote.
It's just to recommend approval to the city council, right?
Yep. Ultimately, it's a zoning
Change
change,
it,
so it'll go to the city council, the actual ordinance.
Any other discussion on that? Okay, we'll vote. Graham?
Yes.
Kudo?
Yes.
Espinoza?
Yes.
Wheelie?
Yes.
Anderson, yes.
Okay.
Go to the old business, go to the new business. Teresa, your update?
So as always, my updates in your packet, give you an update on the current projects we got going on. Just so that you know, at the last city council meeting, It was voted on to move ahead with bidding. We're going to redo the intersection of Diamond Trail and Road. That would be just east of the coffee cup there. That intersection is in our budget to redo. It's falling apart basically. There's a lot of water that sits there, so we need to fix the drainage through there, and we need to redo the street. So council did approve for that project to go out to bid, and so we're advertising it, we plan to bid, and we plan to do that project still yet this year. So that's kind of a new project on our scope. Let you know that'll be going on. I don't know if any of you have noticed the one-way on Kelly Avenue, or
I
official
did,
one-way,
I saw it.
official one-way through town.
I saw it, there was no tragedy there. I did see some comments on Facebook, I don't go on Facebook very often, but they're not happy about it. I didn't know they weren't happy about it.
Some aren't, some
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Whether there's, this is just a trial run, we're just
Sure.
gonna signage up and paint to see, okay, here's what it would be like if you had, we're gonna keep it up for about a month, we're gonna take it down right before school starts. We kind of just want it back to normal traffic when school starts. We'll plan to have a follow-up meeting with those residents, invite them and get feedback, good or bad, and from there, then the city council will decide if we actually do a project or not. If, the majority of them aren't on board with a repair of some sort.
Because
they're just gonna have to deal with
the main point is to help them with drainage, right?
That's how it started, help them with drainage. They've got some infrastructure issues with water and sewer down there too. We're seeing a lot of water breakage in the service lines. If we would do a full street, we would replace those water service lines because it's old, it's aging infrastructure. So the last meeting we had with those that were present, we talked about just doing a drainage project, but it was the kind of the consensus of most of them present that, well, if we're gonna tear up the street and spend money on a drainage project, why wouldn't we fix everything? The biggest concern, with those, like I said, those that are present, obviously they all couldn't be present. Again, I've got some emails with comments to those that weren't, but those that were present, they want to make it as least invasive to their yards as possible. I mean, city actually owns a full 66-foot right away. We could put a full two-way street with curb and gutter and sidewalks and everything, but right now, they think that's their front yard. I mean, they've been used to using that as a front yard. So they wanted
Sure.
to lease a bit.
Just like
which
Part
we
T,
understand.
sure.
Yeah, just like Part T.
Mhm.
You can imagine how far back those property lines go. When you see
Right.
street lights in the middle of their front yard, that's the property line. And they think it's much bigger. But, so I get it, they've been used to having, that green, they want that green area. So that's when it came up, well, the smallest thing we can do in there is a one-way. So that's where this trial run comes. We'll see. So we'll get feedback from, those property owners, and then the council decide if we move forward with the project or not.
Is there gonna be a meeting on their comments and stuff about the street, whether they wanna leave it one way or not? Is it-
Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting, we're gonna invite all the property owners to a meeting and get their input, and then, obviously, before any action would be taken, there'd have to be, any action has to be done at a council meeting, so a full public meeting, yeah, so. And we did say, we want your comments, and if you can't make it to the meetings, or if you think of them throughout, email them to us or whatever. I've gotten a couple emails with comments already, so we'll save them, and council will take all that into
I
consideration.
guess I didn't, I thought it was all good, but apparently it's not all good.
Said with those presents seem to kind of want it, but yeah, some will come out that do not want it, so.
And I should know better,
Yeah. I think with anything you can please everybody. We just
Right.
hope that the majority you do the best thing, and
Right.
we'll see where it goes. But, so that's our first one way we're trying, and like I said, we're gonna probably run it the 17th or so. We wanna back to normal before school starts, and then we'll move on from there, so there it goes. And otherwise, just then some of my other updates. We did fill our wastewater position. I know you guys know that, so I'm real excited by that. We've been looking for over years.
That's been a
We had the
long-
one in
That's
there.
been a
It's been a
long
long haul, so August 10th he's supposed to be starting, so that would be great. He is fully Class 3 certified. He has experience with the AirMod system, which is our system, so that's kind of encouraging. So got somebody with a little bit of experience in it, has all the certifications on it. So excited to get him up and going and train and kind of relieve our other guys for a little bit. And otherwise, the city's 2027 budget meeting, it's going to be the 17th of August is when it's set for, so it's going to be next month. It's coming up fast, so kind of been crunching a lot of budget numbers, kind of planning on that. And one thing that isn't on my report that I want to bring up, before budget, the mayor wanted to do kind of a golf cart tour of the city. We did this a couple of years ago, and I can't remember if any of you were present. Were you present?
I was there.
I was going to say, I think we had a few people, but basically, it's just kind of go around the city, stop at our park areas, we'll just kind of talk about what we see, what we think we need improvements on or whatnot, kind of gives the council some, some experience looking at stuff and talking about, before budget comes, to see, do we want to incorporate any improvements into the budget? So you guys are definitely invited to come again. I'll send out a calendar invite. It's going to be though next Tuesday at 5 o'clock. They're going to do it before their council meeting, so it's going to be like 5 to 6:30. We're hoping to be done by 6:30, so I'll throw out a calendar invite. We're going to meet here at City Hall. If you guys got a golf cart, want to bring it, you can. Otherwise, we'll kind of use some of the city vehicles too, but that's the plan anyway, so.
How long do you think it'll take?
Like I said, we're going to start at 5. I'm hoping at 6. I think between 6 and 6:30 will be done. I kind of need to be back here at 6:30 to get set up for the council meeting that night, because sometimes people come early, so we're hoping to be done for sure by 6:30. So, plan. But I'll throw, like I said, calendar invite out for you guys so you can take a look at them, and look at your calendar, and decide if you want to attend or not. It's not required, just throw it out there, so.
It was interesting to be part of that conversation, I guess.
It was kind of
That's
nice to
good.
have, because we had Park and Rec Board, we had some people in Park and Rec and City Council. Like I said, we definitely stopped at all the park facilities and any of the city facilities. It was a good discussion. I think it kind of was helpful before we went into budget last time, so. Mayor wants to do that again. So
And the grandkids are telling me the pickleball courts are coming along nicely.
we're hoping in about 3 weeks they'll be open. They're working on fencing this week, probably maybe into next week. We have painting lined up in 2 weeks, and then it has to sit for about a week. So we're hoping 3 weeks we will be ready with the next one, so.
They are busy.
Yeah.
Em and I have tried probably half a dozen times, and they're so busy, we just keep going.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So good. It'll be good to get 2 more in then.
They will.
That's about all I have. Unless you have any more questions for me?
So the city allotted some money for HADF or kind of a shared position for a director there? Or?
Right. So Amy Farr, who was the Economic Development Director for the HADF, she took another position, so she's no longer with them. So SMGA, Sioux Metro Growth, they partner with some other area cities where they, basically these cities pay for them to come in and provide a director on a part-time basis. That is what they propose to do here in Hartford, that this director would be an SMGA employee, but they would help kind of do the day-to-day stuff, the kind of get ready for the board meetings, the submitting of RFIs, kind of the things Amy kind of did, that the board members don't really have time to do, So the position, they're, like I said, it's limited hours. I think it's 20 to 22 hours, something in there. It's a part-time position. The SMGA, the cost would be though $50,000. The city agreed to, we have an agreement with them that for this first year, we'll hopefully see how it goes, but the city will pay $25,000, half the cost, and the HADF will pay half the cost. So we've agreed that for 2026, and we'll see what they budget in 2027. I haven't heard of, we've got all the documents signed, and we have sent our portion of the payment in. I don't know about HADF. I have not heard if they've got anybody assigned to them yet.
Okay, that's what I was curious about. I know that's gone through, but I
Yeah,
haven't heard
that's
anything.
it. I don't
Sort of
we just
individual.
talked about it with the mayor today. He asked me if I've heard who they're bringing here or when they're starting, and I haven't heard anything, and he hasn't either, so I would hope shortly. Like I said, I got our money, so
Yeah.
maybe get somebody in place.
Yeah, I think there was definitely some benefit in getting our name out there and meeting with some people in the past.
Yeah.
or some feedback that I got at least.
Yeah, I hope it's a good partnership. Definitely, you know, you need somebody in that director role, kind of responding to inquiries and kind of marketing Hartford and, you know, kind of pushing economic development here, so kind of hard, it's hard to have, like, you guys know, you're on this board, it's hard to have a volunteer, you know, go out there and do that all the time, you know, so you need somebody like that to fill the shoes, so hopefully this is a good solution.
And then any update on the Gateway project as far as the wastewater treatment ponds and grants or anything there?
So they initially applied for a Brownsville grant, which got denied. They're taking applications again though in October, I believe, so they're gonna reapply in October here to see if they get a grant for that. Hopefully they do, because that's a large project. So I think the plan is they're gonna reapply, hopefully they get a grant, and then they can move forward with remediation of the ponds. The ponds are pumped down as far as we can pump them down, and now they're just kind of, not air dry, but the air, whatever's left of moisture, or the, you know, the air is taking it. So we've done all we can do until you can remediate them and actually dig the stuff, sludge out, but that's gonna take a remediation. So hopefully they will get a grant this next go around and they can do that next year. As far as the rest of it, Gateway Hartford though, I think they'll continue to meet, talk with developers, talk about revitalizing that, coming up with a plan to revitalize that area, so, or redevelop it, so it'd be great.
Anything else?
Just
Are
was
you
waiting
ready?
for Mark, he's had lots of questions.
Just went Mark.
No,
I make a
just-
motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, motion and a second. We're adjourned.
Mark was very curious today.
Okay, good to stay in the loop.
It is.
We're still out of here.